case you're just joining us, you're watching Morning Prime on this 19th day of May 2023. I hope you had a restful evening and you're ready to be informed about the latest news making headlines. As usual, we're evaluating the top stories in the dailies with my panelists right here with me. Kevin Osido is joining us, governance expert. Dr. Isaac Hassan, who's a governance expert. Kasim Tandaza, Member of Parliament Matuga, and Joseph Kioko, political analyst. This is a story that we were just evaluating, the mystery of dirty sugar in the country. It's on the front page of The Standard, breaking down the chronology of events till the 27 government officials were suspended most recently due to that unfortunate move to release it into the market. Kevin Osido, a lot has been said around this, but what say you in terms of the accountability aspect? Because at the end of the day, we hope prosecution will definitely unearth some of these hidden individuals behind the dirty sugar.
Actually, you've just picked my mind, Jesse, because in my notebook I wrote two things. One, playing politics with people's lives, and two is accountability. And one of the biggest gaps that I see in this particular process, and also including others, is that accountability bit. Because if, for instance, agencies of government or state agencies that are supposed to dispense their responsibilities perform and do their work, for example, here the statement from the head of public service, Mr. Felix Koskei, says that this consignment should have been shipped back and destroyed at owner's cost. 2018, what happened? Who was assigned to ensure that this consignment is shipped back and actually destroyed? And were there measures taken to ensure that the destruction takes place? Because in the past we have seen in this country, particularly when it has to do with other contraband goods, for example, rhino horns and elephant, issues that have got to do with government discomfort, where even the president, His Excellency the President, has presided over the destruction of some of these particular, goods. How come this now becomes very different? And the report also goes further and mentions an MP and a cabinet secretary. Why must mega corruption scandals in this country involve big names? Yeah, because a member of parliament is an accountability figure. You are a person who is charged with oversight. You are a person who is responsible for asking very difficult questions on behalf of the citizens so that they get answers. Why must there be conflict of interest that an MP now is being mentioned in some of these issues? Number two is a cabinet secretary. And worse still, it might be that it could be maybe the CS in charge of sugar, if there is someone like that, or agriculture or whatever. I'm not saying that that is the person, but that would really send very dangerous signals. Now, in terms of accountability, and because my co-panelists and colleagues have talked about state agencies, I think there has to be a lot of work to be done to unveil the faces behind the titles. We can't just be saying an MP, a CS, and on the corridors we say, we think it is so and so, we think it is so and so. These agencies must go further and indicate the names of the people behind the destruction of the lives of Kenyans. Further to that, Jesse, we spoke about something called the naming and shaming of corrupt individuals. I think the president, in my view, because I've been one of those people who's been very heavy on him around corruption, and I'm happy that at least now President William Samoei Arap Ruto is treading the path of what we call goodwill within governance and war on graft. Yeah. But further to that, we need to establish what I would call, normally like we have a role of honor for people who have done extraordinary things and have made very mega achievements. We need a role of corruption, where people like now the MP and the CS that we are talking about in this particular process, people who lower our standards on accountability, their names can be carved nicely and then they are put somewhere. So that even as people get to the airport, they say this MP is a mega corruption scandaler on sugar in Kenya. People get to see their faces. Their children get to know. Their relatives get to know that my father, my brother, my mother or my uncle or whatever is a person who made these things happen in Kenya. Because I think sometimes we fail on accountability, and it doesn't have to start and end at the level of public, of government or our state agents. Even as citizens, we have a